Staring down 4 chapters of criminal justice theory, legal statutes, and system models can feel impossible to memorize before test day. But you don't need to photograph the textbook with your mind. You just need a repeatable structure to answer your essay questions. We call it the DEE framework: define, explain, example, and evaluate. Let's apply the first 2 steps, define and explain, to Chapter 1's competing models of justice. The crime control model aims to suppress crime efficiently, while the due process model protects individual rights fairly. Next, we add our example and evaluate steps. A plea bargain keeps cases moving quickly for crime control, whereas Miranda rights ensure careful legal protections for due process. Evaluating them shows that the justice system constantly balances speed against fairness. Using this rigid 4-sentence structure forces your brain to organize textbook definitions into complete, high-scoring essay answers every single time. We apply this exact same logic to Chapter 3. Capturing accurate crime data across a sprawling population is a logistical nightmare. This pie chart shows total actual crime. The stark shadow is the dark figure of crime, offenses police miss. As an example, the National Crime Victimization Survey bypasses police, asking victims directly. But evaluating shows limits. It relies on memory and misses unhoused populations. Identifying these real-world flaws is the true purpose of the evaluate step. It proves to the grader that you understand the limitations of data gathering. In Chapter 4, criminological theories often trip students up because they require explaining complex human psychology. Labeling theory defines society's reaction to behavior. A minor mistake is primary deviance. Being labeled a criminal alters their treatment. As an example, secondary deviance happens when they internalize the label, committing more crimes. Evaluating shows its limitation. It cannot explain the very first mistake. Evaluating a theory doesn't mean proving it wrong. It means clearly identifying the specific blind spots the theory leaves behind. Now it's your turn. We're going to run an active recall test on Robert Merton's strain theory, specifically focusing on the innovator adaptation. Pause the video now. Grab paper and write out your 4 DEE sentences using this memory hook. Innovation cheats the system. Let's check your work. An innovator accepts society's success goals, but rejects legitimate means. Stealing financial information is a perfect example. Running this specific drill builds the cognitive muscle memory you need to bypass panic and write clearly during the real exam. Ultimately, Test 1 asks you to explain how society responds to, measures, and explains crime. This matrix is your final visual study guide, designed to synthesize the hardest topics across all 4 chapters using the DEE framework. Notice how seamlessly the concepts fit. You can drop Chapter 2's actus reus and mens rea, Chapter 3's UCR versus NIBRS, Chapter 4's learning theories, and Chapter 1's wedding cake model right into this grid. Take a screenshot of this matrix right now. Before test day, practice speaking these specific arguments out loud. Conquering this exam doesn't require photographic memory. It relies entirely on mastering the architecture of a structured, logical explanation.